Hey guys, thanks for opting in. So today I wanted to talk to you about how I tripled my business in 3 months. So to give you a bit of background, a bit of a story around that, first of all, last year I was doing really well and before that as well. And I had, at the most, I had some 30 grand weeks. And at my least, I went down to $4,000 in a month. So a big difference there, obviously. Now, why did that happen? First of all, I was in a shitty mindset and I just couldn't pull myself out of it. Secondly, I had a mentor that I just didn't gel with and I wasn't getting the results with. Now, I could go and blame him or I could take responsibility for my actions. And obviously, I chose to do the second one because we can't blame anyone else for our actions or our inactions. We've got to take responsibility ourselves to be able to make change in our lives. So I'd gone from doing really well to like hitting rock bottom and just feeling crap and feeling like giving up. Although deep down I knew that I would never give up. But I just couldn't keep going the way that I was. So the first thing that I did, and I've got it up here, is mindset. Now, how did I snap myself out of that shitty mindset that I was in for such a long time? Like, I'd done courses, I had that mentor, I had talked to mindset people, I knew what I should be doing, I helped people with that stuff myself, but I just couldn't snap myself out of it. So eventually it got to the breaking point, and I spoke with a mindset coach on the phone. And he was talking to me, and I actually signed up to do a retreat with him. Now, the retreat actually ended up getting cancelled. So I didn't even end up doing anything with him or learning anything from him. But that conversation really changed my life and changed the results and put me on the course for what I've achieved in the last year. So in that conversation, he spoke to me about mindset, about where I was at and what was going on in my life. And just through the conversation that I had with him, I was able to shift my mindset, start treating my business like a real business again and making it a priority and making my goals and sales a priority again as well. So the retreat was actually $5,000 and I did pay that $5,000 for the retreat. So what that did was I ended up getting a refund because it wasn't on, but I still had to pay it. And it was just before Christmas last year. And especially that time of year, I was thinking, crap, how the hell am I going to make that money? And so by having to put that $5,000 down and pay it off, it got me into a mindset of going, okay, crap, I've got to make the money. And so I started thinking about how I could make that money, who I could talk to, what I needed to do to be able to pay it off. So I think whenever you put money down for a course or a retreat or a coach or anything that you have to pay for, it might be an investment property or buying a car or whatever. Once you're committed to that, it gives you that push. You don't even need to learn anything from that coach or from that mentor. Just having to put that money down will push you to go and make more money and get creative and think about how you're going to. Now, the next one, number 2 on the list, is having some monetary goals. So what I did for that was I wrote down everything that I wanted to do over the next 12 months. So I wrote down things like Fiji flights, Fiji accommodation, Fiji spending money, the US spending money and flights, getting my teeth fixed, what else? Different courses and mentors that I wanted to pay to do different things with them. And I wrote it all down on my whiteboard, and then I wrote down how much each thing was going to cost next to it. And just by doing that, looking at that list, I thought, okay, that one I'm going to be able to afford. That one's easy. Other things like the US, I put down $5,000 spending money and $5,000 for flights. And at the time, I was like, I don't know where that money's going to come from. $10,000 was a lot to me at that time. And so even not knowing where it was going to come from, how I was going to achieve it, even if I was going to achieve it, I still put it down on the list anyway. Now, I didn't achieve those things within 12 months. I achieved them within 3 months. And I kept adding to the list and adding more things and crossing them off and making them a priority. This has been like the single most thing that has really changed my life and changed it so quickly. Now, I was traveling a lot before and I did courses and things like that, but this year I've actually created the lifestyle that I wanted to live. I've traveled 10 times and I've still got a couple more trips to do. I've done seminars and VIP days in different states and different countries. I've been able to travel with my family as well. I've been able to afford mentors and courses and things that I wanted to do. The only thing I didn't tick off was getting my teeth fixed. That's $6,500, but I do have the money sitting in savings if I wanted to do it tomorrow. I also saved $20,000, which I had zero in savings before this. So I tied that around to those monetary goals. It was setting those things made it not about the money. Obviously, yeah, money's nice and reaching out and helping people is good, and it's why we're in business, obviously. But by tying it to, okay, this is what that money's going to get me. This is going to create the lifestyle that I want. It got me excited about making money. So that is the biggest thing that really helped me. Okay, so the next one, 3, is sales focus. So I started making sales a priority again. I thought about, okay, how am I going to make that money? That $5,000 I had to pay for the retreat. I started writing a list of people that I could follow up or that I could get on the phone with or that I could connect with. I started thinking about what programs I could offer, what marketing I had to do. And I started making that a regular focus on a daily basis, what I could do to make more money and help more people. So by doing that, like, we have to make sales a priority. Sales, marketing, content creation are the 3 things that you should be spending most of your time on. And if you're wasting your time with admin and IT and cleaning the house or whatever, then you're not going to move forwards in your business. So making sales a priority every single day, first thing every day, is going to make you move forwards. And I now do this on a monthly basis as well. So I'm on top of my numbers on a weekly basis. But at the end of every month, I do a reflection of the previous month. What went well? What could I improve upon? How much money I made, if I hit target or not. And then I set my goals for the following month. So how I do that is I write down all of my clients, their names in a document, and I write down next to each one how much they're going to pay me over the next month. And then I write a total down the bottom. So your total might be $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000, whatever is your recurring income for that month. And then you set yourself a goal. So let's use $5,000 as an example. If you've got $5,000 recurring income coming in already for the following month, then you want to set yourself a goal that's bigger than that. So you might want to make $6,000 over the next month. So you want to think about, okay, how can I make that extra $1,000? And then you write down a list of people that you can follow up, marketing that you can do, however you're going to make that, whether it's selling 5 programs or making 20 sales calls or whatever it is. And then every time I make a new sale, I update the document and I see where I'm at on a regular basis so that I can hit my targets. And you always want to think bigger. You want to be growing and moving forwards every month, not just staying the same. Because we don't stay the same for long. We either move forwards or we go backwards. Okay, and the last thing that I did was take action. Obviously, I was already starting to take action at those other steps, but I just took massive action. And like I said, making sure that sales was a priority at the start of every day. Making sure I was on top of my numbers, making sure I was focused, reaching out and helping people, having a look at my whiteboard and my things that I wanted to tick off and that I wanted to pay for, and focusing on one thing at a time to tick them off. I also made sure that I didn't have money in my bank account at the end of the week. I might have had a couple of $100 buffer, but I found that if I had $1,000 or more in my bank account at the end of the week after paying for everything, I'd get complacent. And that's the next step moving forwards, guys, is that once you start to achieve these things and you achieve them a lot quicker than you thought possible, it's easy to get complacent. It's easy to stay stuck at that $10,000 a month or $20,000 or whatever your numbers are. And it's because we get comfortable. we're so proud of ourselves and so I think it's so awesome that we've achieved so much so quickly, or even if it wasn't quickly. And you get complacent when all your bills are paid, you've got everything that you don't need any more. But the thing is, when I got complacent and I was earning the same amount just consistently without even trying each month, it got to a point where I'd had enough. And I found that, okay, it's not about the money. It's not about doing all this travel and having all these things and having the lifestyle. Yeah, that's a huge part of it. And that helped me to get to where I wanted to get to. But then you always need to be thinking bigger. So always adding more to the list, wanting to help more people, wanting to create more in your life. But even deeper than that for me, it was about what my highest value is. And my highest value in life is fulfillment. And I knew that just being complacent and just sitting in my comfort zone, I wasn't feeling fulfilled. I wasn't creating as much as I wanted to. I wasn't making as many sales or sales calls as I wanted to. I wasn't reaching out and helping people and coaching people on as much as I wanted to. And so because of that, I felt like I was holding myself back in life and I didn't feel fulfilled. So I had a wake-up call one day and I was just like, no, I've had enough of this now. Just like I did when I first spoke to that mindset coach. And so I shifted out of that. And the next month when I decided that, no, I'm not going to stay stuck anymore, I made an extra $2,000 on top of my normal income. And then since then, it's been going up every month. Okay, so I hope this has really helped you. And just to summarize, you want to get yourself in a really good mindset first. So mindset is like 80% of the journey. And if your head is not in the right space, if you've got limiting beliefs that are holding you back, that it's too hard, that you're scared of success, scared of failure, that people will judge you, any of these things that run through your head are limiting beliefs that tend to hold us back. And instead, we want to let go of those limiting beliefs and have positive, empowering beliefs that help you to move forwards. When your head is in a good place, you start to then, like, everything just flows, basically. And you'll find that when your head isn't in a good place, that it's like, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. You're taking one step forwards and 10 steps back, and you're wondering what the hell is going wrong. But when you work on your mindset and you do that through regular journaling, setting your intentions for the day, working through your own crap that's holding you back, doing courses, having a mentor, listening to podcasts, watching videos, or reading books, all those kinds of things, and just working on yourself, basically. And when you do that, everything will just flow. Everything will happen so much easier. You'll be inspired and you'll feel motivated, and you won't let obstacles hold you back. You'll make it work. Like today, actually, just creating this. I've had my son wanting my attention. I've had my partner hasn't got as much work done because I needed to get more work done today. I've just had to stop this video and start it again because my partner's phone was in the office and it started ringing. So all these things are going on, and I could easily have given up and just gone, oh, stuff it, it's too hard. But no, this is important for me to get my message out there. I set myself a deadline to get this done today and to get it out to people to be able to help people move forwards in their businesses. So instead of letting these things affect me, I'm just getting it done. So the next thing is the monetary goals. So like I said, having those where I listed all the things that I wanted to do throughout the year and exactly how much each one would cost. Now, you might not have an exact figure, but just start looking up. If you want to fly somewhere, looking at how much that's going to cost for you, your family, whoever's going with you. Now, the next one is sales focus. So getting clear on what your goals are for sales on a weekly basis and a monthly basis, having an action plan around that, and focusing on sales on a daily basis as well. And then most importantly is to take action. It's one thing watching this video today, but you've obviously got to be able to take action to move forwards. So I want you to think about, obviously, do these steps. What can you do to get yourself in a good mindset? Setting your goals of the things that you want to do throughout the year. Focusing on sales. What are your sales goals and how are you going to achieve them? Breaking it down, and then take immediate action. Don't just watch this video and take notes and do nothing with it. I want you to take action. I want you to be making more money, creating a better lifestyle for yourself, and reaching out and helping more people and changing their lives as well. So hope you've really enjoyed this. Let me know if you've got any questions. You can connect with me on Facebook, or send me an email at any time as well. And I hope to see you taking some action on these things and getting some awesome results.